Hi everybody, Chris Krashisnik with eXp Realty. I'm the owner of the Krashisnik Group. I'm a licensed realtor in Maryland, Virginia, DC, and West Virginia, and I love to help people buy and sell homes. So I took like 10 takes on my TikTok video to link to this bigger video, so sorry about that. But I wanted to go into a lot of detail on this video about setting up your property search. So this is the next evolution for my buyers, or for most buyers. You want to get pre-qualified so we can define what your price range and your affordability is and what you're comfortable with spending as far as a house. Now that we have that information, we have to look at the inventory on the market. How do you look at the inventory on the market? You look at what's listed in the MLS database, and then we go look at the property, and through that process we'll find the house that's right for you. Okay? So traditionally, when I first got involved in the business, there were no end user applications. There wasn't Zillow, there wasn't Trulia, there wasn't Realtor.com or anything like that. Access to the property database was strictly and only through realtors. So I would have, as a realtor, I pay for access to the property. I can list my properties in there, and I can also access all the other properties that realtors have listed. Okay, and then I sell those properties from there, or I sell my own property. Since the dawn of smartphones and all this information technology update, we now have user end applications that are giving buyers access to properties for themselves, which is a great thing because an informed buyer is an easier buyer to work with. I show less homes to buyers now because they're better informed, okay? They know what their criteria are. They have a better definition of what they're looking for, which is wonderful because it saves the buyer and the agent time, expense, stress, all of that stuff. It just makes for a better experience, okay? One thing I would like to caution my buyers on, or all buyers on, is when you use Zillow, when you use Realtor.com, you use any of those other apps are designed and they create revenue from taking your information and selling it to a realtor as a lead, okay? So you do get all of the information that might be slightly behind, like hours we're talking, that might be slightly behind the curve. And you're gonna get all of the properties typically, okay? But in addition to those properties, you're going to get things that are labeled off market, pre-foreclosure, for sale by owner, all of those things that may or may not be valid, okay? They may be old tax sales, old foreclosure sales, that are designed to appeal to a buyer, so you're like, man, I'm really interested in this. And then you click, you submit your information, and then they sell that to another realtor as a lead who's the neighborhood specialist. So I would just caution you against that. I wouldn't tell you not to use those apps. Just go into them with your eyes open, okay? If you find a property that really pops out at you on one of those apps, you want to send it to your realtor, and your realtor will validate it against the actual data that's in the database. He'll tell you if it's a foreclosure, or if it sold 6 months ago at auction, or if it's just BS, okay? So to kind of summarize that part, I love these new apps. You just gotta go into it with your eyes open, okay? So what we traditionally do is, when we're going through this process, you sit down with a buyer and you find out what they're actually looking for, okay? The details of the home, the amenities they're looking for. Do we want a single family home? What's the location? Do we want a condo? Do we want a townhome? Do we want acreage? How many square feet? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What's the year of construction that we're good with? Do we want a pool? Do we want a garage? All of these things, what your wants and needs are, and it helps to define your wants and needs, okay? You want to communicate that to your realtor. And you want to communicate that to your realtor throughout the process, because as you're looking at properties, you're going to change and shift. Like, I don't like this school district, I don't like this neighborhood because, you know, the commute's going to be this or that, or whatever. Just communicate that to your realtor, and they can better serve you that way, okay? The other tip I would like to kind of let you in on is, when you're setting up your property search, you want to be broad. Go a little bit past what your limits are. So for instance, if your price range is $400,000 to $500,000, you want to set your price range in that search to $350,000 to $525,000, because it doesn't hurt to get sent too many properties. But what if there's a property that is perfect for you that's 505 and you miss it? I would rather send you too many properties that you just say no to than for you to miss that property that's just right for you. Okay? So Zillow or third-party applications versus MLS data. Your realtor has access to your MLS data. You got to communicate with your realtor during that process, okay? And then you want to be broad and you want to be flexible, okay? If there's any other things, I think I covered everything, but if there's anything you have a question on, or if you want me to sit down and guide you through this process, I'd be more than happy to. If you have friends or family that might have questions or it comes up in a conversation, please direct them towards me. I'd love to be known as a resource for you. You can like, subscribe, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in the future or in my next video. And have a great week. Happy Monday, and I hope you're crushing it.